What is going on, people? Joey Talks Boxing, another boxing video. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant recap. So first, let's start with the main event. I thought it was a good fight. I think that at first, Plant, his movement and footwork bothered him. That ring was huge. Don't know why Benavidez even agreed to such a big ring. And it looked like Benavidez was a bit puzzled at first to what should he do? What does he do? I had Plant winning the early rounds, the first three. And I think I had it like either 4-2 or 5-1 after 6. I think it was 4-2 or something like that. He was doing well, but in each round, you could tell Plant was starting to fade more and more and more and more. And I think that's what Benavidez' game plan was throughout the fight, was take him into deep waters and drown him. I know he said KO in the first 6, but I don't think David Benavidez ever seriously thought that was going to happen. And Benavidez is one of those fighters where he wears you out. He grind. He really fights at such a fast pace that it grinds you out and it exhausts you. It's hard for other super middleweights to maintain that pace. Now Plant, he's had trouble maintaining his pace in the past with Canelo and with Uzgati, so this wasn't a surprise to me. But even when Plant was winning the early rounds, I'm like, okay, Benavidez is going to step it up and he's going to knock him out late. And then he started hurting him and hurting him and hurting him, breaking him down more and more and more, to the point where I thought that he was going to stop him late in the fight. I think that, as Oscar De La Hoya said online, and I agree with, Benavidez had to fight two people in the ring. He had to fight Caleb Plant and he had to fight Kenny Bayless, because let me tell you something, Kenny Bayless, he was horrible in this fight. I do not ever want to see him referee a David Benavidez fight again. He was horrendous. From the opening bell, he didn't even have the control of the fight when he didn't get the two fighters to touch up. That right there set the tone before the fight. And then he did not warn Plant for holding at all until the very end of the fight. And even that, it was like just telling him warning. But Plant was holding so much and initiating so much. They should have taken a point off, in my opinion, at a certain point. And if he had taken a point off from them, then Plant, he's going to have to fight more. He's not going to be able to hold as much because he's afraid of taking another point off. He's afraid of being disqualified. And I think had that happened, David Benavidez would have been able to get the stoppage. But, credit to Plant. He fought hard. He fought well. But I really didn't like the way that Bayless reffed that fight. He was even warning Benavidez. Like, he was like, stop, forearming him. I'm like, dude, he's holding him. What do you want him to do? Like, he's trying to get off the hold, off the clinch. I know clinching is a part of boxing, and I get all that, but I'm sorry, man. You gotta show me. You gotta be a better ref than that. Plant did land some big punches, but as the fight went on and on, his punches had less and less and less power, and Benavidez was really hurting him. And it got to the point where Benavidez was hurting him so bad that Stephen Edwards, Caleb Plant's corner, said, "If you don't show me anything, I'm gonna throw in the towel." Now, would he have actually thrown in the towel had Plant not showing him anything? I don't know. That's, maybe he was just saying that to motivate him. But I thought it was a good fight, but Bayless ruined what could have been a excellent excellent fight by David Benavidez. I still think Benavidez does a lot of things fundamentally wrong. He doesn't cut the ring off. He doesn't jab enough. He still doesn't have the greatest defense. But overall, man, his speed and power and his work rate, because that really is his greatest attribute, is his just nonstop work rate and stamina is big. It's hard to beat at that weight. You don't see it very often. He's durable. He's similar to Artur Beterbiev, in my opinion, but I think the difference between him and Beterbiev is that Artur Beterbiev, to me, has more power. And to me, Artur Beterbiev, he cuts the ring off excellently. David Benavidez doesn't do that. David Benavidez, he just stalks you. And I think that's a problem when you fight other fighters like Plant and Canelo. And I know Plant has excellent lateral movement, probably faster feet than Canelo does. But, I think the difference between Canelo and Caleb Plant is Canelo, he can make you pay with those punches. He's an excellent counterpuncher. He can hurt you. But it would be interesting to see, and also Charlo. I know Jamal Charlo was at the fight. He you know, he doesn't have the movement that Plant has, you know, laterally, but he has a lot more power, and he can make Benavidez pay a lot more. I know Charlo, you know, Jamal Charlo I'm talking about here, he's not, you know, the most into boxing right now. He's kind of taking some time off, so I don't know how that's going to be. But, yeah, when it comes to Benavidez, I look at him as a similar fighter to Beterbiev in that he breaks you down as the fight goes on. But like I said, Beterbiev cuts the ring off better, has more power. You know, Benavidez has more speed, you know, a lot more speed, obviously, a lot more hand speed than Arter. But, yeah, I just think you have to have a little bit more. But, listen, David Benavidez, he's deserving of the shot versus Canelo Alvarez. They both beat Plant. There'll be the debate of who beat him better. I think you still got to say Canelo did, because at the end of the day, Canelo took less punishment. And Canelo knocked him out. You know, I know the referee got in the way, and I think that he would have gotten a stoppage if it was a normal ref. But, yeah, I think Canelo did better versus Caleb Plant. But he deserves his shot, you know. And to me, if Canelo gets past John Ryder next, which I assume he will, and I think everyone assumes he will, he's got to go with the fight versus David Benavidez. You know, I forget about the Bivol fight, but forget about that. Stay at 168. This fight's a bigger fight, and you'll get more glory, at least from the general public. Maybe not from people like me or the hardcore, but you'll get more glory and attention. And to me, that Benavidez-Canelo fight would be the biggest fight in America this year. It would be bigger than Tank Garcia. Yeah, it would be bigger than Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. So, overall, good card. I liked the whole undercard, which I don't usually like in boxing, but this was definitely worth the money. And I'm happy with what I saw and what I bought. You know, I'm happy with my purchase. Please let me know what you guys think. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez fight review. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.